And we're live. Just waiting for friends to come in. Lamb Chop, first in. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Thank you, Tim Harkness.
Tim had us down for 4 EAMs during the restart. That's great, Tim, because I had 3 EAMs while I was trying to get the stream restarted. So thank you for the correct count. We left off at 4. Does that make it 8? Question mark. Give it just a few minutes for people to get notified about the restart. So, Tim, you think that's 8 then? Is that right? Math is hard for me, especially when I'm wearing shoes.
Got 2 E4Bs up right now, as a matter of fact, there, Senior Travis.
Yes.
One of them is Titan, which should be Pete Hexeth.
But when did he go to Omaha?
Good question, because he was just at the White House this morning. Jeremy Olson's been a member for 14 months. Welcome in, Jeremy.
Right.
Man, I can't believe we've been around for 14 months.
Crazy, right?
Thanks for being here.
Nearly
Hogged out, welcome in.
Nearly 11,000 subscribers, nearly 1,000 folks on the Discord. What a fantastic community.
Also, welcome in Hogged Out. New moderator to the channel as of today. Welcome in, Hogged. Thanks for being a mod. Part of the mod squad. Lamb Chop says possible ICBM launch tonight from Russia. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why the Cobra ball was up and about, flying around.
They appear to be setting up to launch an RS-24 YARS missile.
I think when you say they got to say it like a pirate.
Yar.
Yars.
He looked very official. Was it yesterday?
Putin?
Yes.
Yeah, he had his camos on.
He did.
He was walking around in like what looked like a hunting blind. Very official.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, last week, Russia also tried to do a test launch of an ICBM. And it went up, flipped around upside down. No nuclear material, wasn't loaded. And then it went right back down into the ground and blew up.
A 75-meter
ahead,
crater
Willie.
from that. 75-meter crater from that explosion.
Are you serious? And
Yeah,
that's
end well.
That's coming right after their, help me out here, Swiller, their rocket launch to send people up to space. They burnt up the pad, right? Separate launch.
Yeah, they had a Soyuz mission with 2 cosmonauts and an astronaut, and they made it to the space station without issue just fine. But it burnt up a building and several critical pieces of infrastructure on the launch pad, and Russia has lost its ability to launch big things into space temporarily.
You called that something, didn't you? Do you have a term for that? Or just burnt the heck out of it? I don't remember. I thought there was a term for that. I forgot.
They would be FUKT. That's the term I would
Okay. Thank
Owe
you.
me a quarter.
We're going to Vegas on Swiller's Swear Jar.
Yes, we are.
Putin came out yesterday.
Swiller's like, no. Fried, no.
That's not a swear word.
Putin came out yesterday and said Russia has no plans to fight with European countries, but if Europe wants to start a war, the Russian Federation is ready right now.
Doesn't that sound kind of familiar?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Haven't we said that in the past?
Yep. An Ohio senator is introducing a bill that bans Americans from holding dual citizenship.
I thought you already couldn't do that.
You can be a dual citizen. You can hold dual citizenship in 2 different countries right now.
Okay. I don't even have a passport, so I'm not the expert on that for sure.
I don't think right now is a great time to travel, personally. Travel abroad, I should say. That's just me. All right. Like I said, we have Hogged Out in here. We have Big Papa 78, Angry Mimi's in here. Tim Harkness is in here. Welcome in, Tim. CF19 Buzzkill, welcome in. Kev's here. Jeremy Olson, Ken Zoe, welcome in. New Lucid.
While you're mentioning all those fantastic people, I hope everybody has remembered to strike that like for us as you're on your way in here. If you're new around here, welcome. A lot of new faces over the past few days with everything going on in the world. We thank you for joining us. Nearly 12,000 subscribers, 11.9 as I see down there.
My goodness.
Nearly within 100 subscribers of 12,000. What a fantastic trajectory. And it's all because of the great folks in our community. I mentioned the Discord a little bit earlier. But make sure you're subscribed to us. Hit that bell notification icon. And if you would be so kind, share us on your social medias. If you got a Facebook, a Twitter, or some other form of social media that you want to share us on, please do so. Help us get the word out there. Angry Mimi with the $4.99 super chat. And not in here now, but I can't think of his whole name, but he goes by Blind. Made a couple super chats to us earlier. Fried dropped some gift memberships, and was it Jeff that did earlier as well?
I believe it was Jeff.
Just want to take a moment and thank everybody for the support of the channel. From the like to the super chat, everything in between. We appreciate it. Just you being here. We absolutely appreciate all the support that you guys give us and make this such a great place. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Angry Mimi says, I'm doing laundry, so I'm just listening. Heart emoji. Thank y'all. Hey, thanks, Angry Mimi, for being in here, and thanks for the support. Super appreciate it. Jeremy Olson said, I slapped the like button, but it slapped me back. That was probably Velma. Velma's kind of being different right now.
She's something.
You ask her any question, and she tells you like when the last EAM was, which isn't even correct. She's like stuck in Sunday. Didn't want to go to work on Monday.
Yeah, I asked her who the winning horse was going to be in the 5th race at Saratoga today, and she gave me a damn EAM count.
the same one over and over. I think she's stuck in a loop.
She's stuck in Sunday.
Yes. So Titan, we were just talking about Titan 29, which is the call sign usually for Pete Hegseth when he's flying, or Titan something. But left Omaha. We were just talking about when did he have time to have his press conference this morning, the snooze fest, and then I shouldn't call it a snooze fest. The butt kissing roundtable conversation. I guess you have to have them from time to time. Titan 29 coming back from Omaha. I didn't see him go to Omaha today, but he's sneaky
Now
like that.
he could have flew a little Gulf over there or something like
Yeah.
that and got there quick under the radar. But I think it's also interesting that we have a second E4 up that's just west of Oklahoma City at 24,000 feet, cooking southwest.
Yep. No call sign. Yep.
No call sign, no nothing. And that Titan making some pretty interesting turns.
Some
Along the
zigzags up and down.
Which is
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Hopefully there's not a checkpoint in the sky.
Right? I think as long as they don't put PD on that, everything will be okay.
I wonder if he's going to go south, or I wonder if he's heading back to DC. We'll have to see. There's also a SAM flight cooking over the Atlantic.
2 SAM flights about to be the SAM 438, and then behind them over Newfoundland there, Nova Scotia area, there's SAM 539, another C-32A. And usually those C-32s are reserved for the bigger wigs of government. So I'm wondering who's heading across, with Witkoff and Kushner already being over there and basically having no luck in convincing the Russians to sign any sort of peace agreement on the Ukrainian conflict. I wonder if there's some sort of other conference going on, like a G8 or something like that, or if anybody knows where those 2 C-32As are heading over to in Europe and why they're going there, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. Swiller, I have a weird spot for you.
Sure.
Attached to an aircraft. Let me see if I
Rock
can
and
bring
roll.
it up here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
What is that? Matt
if
Hartman on X took a photo of that.
What are we looking at?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, if I had to guess, I would say that's the DC-9 test pad from McDonnell Douglas. Frost, are you able to zoom in above the air stairs, above the window? There's some writing.
It says experimental.
Experimental. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we got a start cart sitting there. That looks like some sort of a lantern pod or an infrared pod of some sort. Some sort of side-looking sensor that they could be testing. I will tell you that there has been a lot of activity in the China Lake test area.
Really?
In the Netter test area. Also the north of Vegas, along the Utah border, maybe 100 miles, 200 miles north of Vegas, I've been noticing some really, really weird aircraft patterns with E3s, RC-135s, C-17s, C-130s, all kinds of aircraft over there. It could be doing drops like training for ground forces, but
Jeremy says in chat that's a BAP. I'm not familiar with that.
I agree with Kev. It's the toilet flusher.
Hey, I mean, it's got to be.
Jeremy, BAP, educate us, my man.
Yeah, BAP.
I know a lot about planes, but I always love learning new stuff.
So it was pretty cool. We'll pull it up right now. I haven't checked it in a little while. Let me get it back up here. I am drawing a blank right now because I have too many things in front of me. But
sorry, Jeremy responded.
It's a big A plane.
See?
Yeah, it's a BAP. Yeah, that thing. We had someone awesome come in to chat, and I've had the camera on cycling on my own desktop and stuff like that of beaches around Venezuela, around Puerto Rico, stuff like that. But he came into chat and was like, "Hey, you can see the ford out of this one camera right now."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me bring that up right now. It looks, I'm looking at my other computer here. It looks like it's still in the area, and it looks like there's 2 tugboats in front of it. Let me get that up and going. And then we're going to talk about double tapping drug boats.
Yay. While you're doing that, Tim mentioned also around Edwards. I know around Edwards because I see tankers down there with the call sign Tahoe, like Tahoe 88, Tahoe 51. Tahoe comes out of Beale. Beale is supporting the wingman, the collaborative. Can't think of the name of it right now, but the collaborative wingman, collaborative drone, whatever. The YXF 42 and YXF 44.
Yeah.
I think that's the right order of those letters. They're supporting that mission, and they're flying those from Beale down to the Edwards test range and back. And I do see the Ford out there in the distance, right there, still parked.
Yep, it looks like
Still
we got a
locked,
ship
and ready to
behind
rock.
it, and then possibly a tugboat over there, and then another one in front of it. Possibly. It's so dark, it's hard to tell, but that's what it looks like.
In chat before, they were talking about the lights being on.
Mhm.
So the lights, so what's it doing out there?
It's preparing for war.
It's anchored in the deep water of a friendly nation.
So what do the lights mean? That's what the big chat was.
They help you see in the dark.
Yeah, no, that's literally it. No. I mean, as sarcastic
I'm laughing
as
about
that
it, but
is.
it's true.
Why
Yeah,
don't you
no, as sarcastic as that's literally
hear
that's just
anything
deck lights.
today?
No, they have crew in the area, and then there's no reason for right here. There's no imminent threat, and I'm no naval expert, but there's no reason to have the lights off on the deck or anything right now.
So
where they're at.
it's fully lit. So when it's in battle position, thanks, Kev, you're my favorite now. So when it's in battle position, then all the lights, it goes dark, right?
Yeah, and then please help me out, all of our Navy friends. But when they go to like battle stations, they go to a red light inside and then turn off deck lights unless they're needed, and they can light up just certain areas. And then the red light, you can see it doesn't ruin your night vision, and then the red light doesn't transmit as far for other people or enemies to see. We use those in aircraft, landcraft, ships.
If I recall, there's a infrared system on the deck that shoots a beam of infrared light out, and it causes the reflection. It causes the reflectors on the aircraft to activate. So you do have a very limited amount of very dim, like greenish light that you can see on the deck. But carrier ops at night, I have a respect for the folks that serve on the deck of an aircraft carrier in the pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
You got 35 knot winds blowing down the deck because your captain just turned the damn ship into the wind, and you're about to try to launch aircraft one every 60 to 90 seconds off the deck while you got aircraft taxiing around, prop blades, jet blast, like props to anybody that has served all of our services, of course, but on the deck of an aircraft carrier in the middle of the pitch black, not for me.
Yep. Much respect. Okay, one more time. I forgot. Are we supposed to be at 8 EAMs or 4? Do I need to update the count? I thought we said 8, right?
We were supposed to add 4. Did anybody add 4?
Because we're sitting at 4 right now, which we can't see. I can see, but just want to make sure. Because you know me, I can't count. Okay, going back to flight radar. We had quite a few P8s in activity this morning in Florida. This morning, there was actually pretty quiet on the West Coast up until around lunchtime. But those tankers out of Tampa, I would definitely keep an eye here at MacDill Air Force Base. A lot of tankers have been coming here out of Tampa and then to the west or southwest. Just cooking out here. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the ops down south over here in Venezuela, but a lot of activity out of MacDill.
They fly in unison with Tyndall.
Okay.
And Elgin Air Force Base, and also NAS Pensacola, doing the refueling for all the training sorties that those guys and gals do.
The Pamela Swan, welcome in. Says, love this live. Hey, thank you so much. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about, and we're going to do this with a political unbias, or we're going to try to at least. We're not going to go into a deep dive right now, but we're going to kind of just surface touch this one. We have sunk, 20 something supposed drug boats. Having seen the photos and seen the videos, I'm pretty sold that these are carrying narcotics.
According to Gemini, 22 alleged drug smuggling vessels.
All right, questions. So these are honest questions. I'm not trying to frame them against anybody, and I'm not trying to say that us as the United States is the bad guy. I'm not trying to do any of that, but I am going to ask some adult questions, which we should be able to do, especially in the open source Intel community. And I'll preface with this. No matter what happened, I think we should continue blowing up narcotic boats. And I think we should go further than that, but we'll get into that later. Questions. So if we look at this neutrally, and I'm open to debate, I'm open to other people's ideas, thoughts, even completely counter to my own. But we have drug boats. Let's start there. They are drug boats. Let's start with they are drug boats. These aren't fishing vessels. And in the eye of the international courts, or even our own military system, these vessels are 1,200, 1,400 miles away. So what I'm trying to get at is, at what point do they become an imminent threat? I believe personally that they're a threat because they are carrying narcotics, which has been, I've heard both ways, that Venezuela makes the F narcotic. Trying to censor for YouTube here. But at what point does this become an imminent threat? And I say that because what's really hot in the media right now, which is kind of unraveling right now, is there was a supposed double tap strike, or a multi-strike against a drug boat, where two people after the first strike were still alive, clinging to something floating in the water, and then we struck them again. From what I've read and what I know, you're not really supposed to do that. But you shouldn't be bringing narcotics. This is a hard one. I am, in 2025, I'm so split on a lot of different things. Swiller, Fried, what do you guys think?
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay. In which way?
So, very funny YouTube creator Habitual Line Crosser has made this point in previous videos when he's talking about military equipment.
Yes.
Uniform can be considered military equipment. A pen can be considered. If you use that pen to sign orders that sends troops off to do stuff, that's military equipment. Your boots to get through the mud is military equipment. So, when they have an order like try not to take lives, but try to destroy all the military equipment, and you happen to destroy the uniforms that people are wearing and take the folks out,
Right.
well, what do you consider that? And this kind of goes to that, to where, okay, they took the boat out and the dudes are clinging to the boat, but the threat is the D-rugs, and we can still see let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we can still see the D-rugs in the secondary photo. I'm going to order a secondary strike on that to make sure that those D-rugs go to the bottom. Now, if it's a situation where the only thing that was left of the boat was a couple pieces of 2x4s from supporting the keel and whatnot, and that's what those guys were clinging on to, and those 2x4s aren't a boat anymore, in my opinion, then they become survivors of an at-sea incident, accident, whatever. And at that point, international law and sea law says you're supposed to render them aid. So I don't think a hellfire can be considered aid at that point. Some people might think so,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just kind of speaking on the terms of general humanity, you're supposed to render somebody
You
in
are.
that situation
And then
aid.
if someone is no longer, so going with that, and we can look this up here, but without Wikipedia, without Google and all that stuff, if someone is no longer a threat, as in, and this gets really crazy because they weren't uniformed or signed soldiers that we know of, which is a gray area. And I think we need to change that because in 2025, people aren't wearing uniforms anymore. This isn't the Civil War, like North versus South, right? We're not lining up with muskets anymore. So that should probably change. However, what the laws do say and I'm no lawyer, what I do believe they say is once a combatant is no longer a threat. So say that the boat was the threat, the drugs were the threat. And I'm not going anywhere with this. I'm just looking at this as a neutral eye, or trying to. That person is no longer a threat in the water to the aircraft, the drone, the United States as a whole. I think it's gray waters, and I did see earlier on Trump and Levitt kind of say like, "Oh, Pete Hegseth was okay with this," and then today I saw Pete Hegseth say, "Well, I wasn't there." The story's possibly changed a little bit. I wasn't there, but I fully support the admiral who did. I don't know.
I've had a few conversations on this week, and I think it's interesting, going back to one conversation that I had, that it came out because things like this shouldn't, I mean, it's not like it's a written, it's not a written order. It's left to interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Much like this was designated a T organization,
Mm-hmm.
another gray area.
But let me pause you there real quick. And I'm not for or against any of this. I just want to unravel this as adults. So, and the reason why I'm pausing is, say these boats were coming from Venezuela. Two different things. One we'll get into later. We've closed the airspace over Venezuela without declaring war or seeking like congressional approval, which hasn't been done in a long time. So whatever. but we're taking out civilians, technically. I'm trying to look through this as a court would, not me personally. Because me personally, blow them out of the water, we're not doing enough.
Yep.
But being neutral, we haven't declared war. We're not actually doing anything right now, active military missions, but we're taking out the drug boats. And maybe that is why we're there. The whole situation is just weird. Not just this, but all of it. It's different.
So then my question back to you is, how is this any different than Obama and the drones?
It's not. It's not. And that was different too. Yep, it wasn't. I guess the only difference that would be neither better or worse was we didn't have 20% of our Navy encompassing the region without really telling anybody why, unless it's narcotics. I don't know, just different things. What do you guys think in chat? I know I did a quick poll the other day. Most of us think we should continue to do this. We should. There was no fault of anybody within this. If you are going to harm others with narcotics, then this is what should happen to you.
Welcome in, Peanut.
Darla JW says Obama drones were not verified. And Peanut, what escalation is this? We're talking about currently drug boats around rug boats. Sorry. Thank you, Spoiler. Around Venezuela. One more thing I've seen is to the fact of these weren't imminent threats. These vessels could not reach our shores without going to a larger ship or without refueling 8 to 10 times.
8 to 10 times just to make it one way. Let's be clear.
Yeah, one way.
They were very little.
So in my mind, coming from stuff that I do know about, if I see you 2 miles away from my house and you look sus, I can't take out my 12 gauge and take you out. It has to be like an imminent threat. But again, I'm trying to be neutral. This is really hard for me, but I'm trying. I'm trying to see how people can take this as a problem. There's people on both sides right now that are really coming for the admiral and really coming for Pete Hegseth. And whether you think that's good or bad or whatever, that's totally fine. I'm open to a whole bunch of opinions, and I think that's what we should do here. But yeah, I just wanted to open up the conversation on this because it's a different one. Darla JW, didn't they have a sub as well? Venezuela, I believe, has 1 or 2 smaller subs, if that's what we're talking about. Or are we talking about the cartels?
Peanut wants to know what the escalation is as advertised. I'll pay it off. The escalation is that as of a little earlier today, Maduro decided that he is not going to surrender and that he stands with the people of Venezuela. He basically says, "Come at me, bro." And I would call that an escalation.
From what I've read, and it's hard because the information's so quick right now, and so it's getting washed before it gets to us at some point. Trump was like, "Hey, you need to get out of Venezuela. Like, you're done. Get out." And Maduro was like, "Hey, yeah, I'll do that, but Fried help me out here." He was like, "Yeah, I need to be able to bring like 100 of my best friends with me, my top generals, all that stuff. And they need to have like no hate against them, all these different demands.
I
And
was
Trump was like, nope. Go ahead, Fried.
I was really irritated by this because Reuters last night, within an hour, I think it was saying Maduro was going to stand with Venezuela. He wasn't going to back down from the people. He was with them. The next breath, he was like, just kidding. I want out amnesty for my entire family, for 100 of my closest friends, and we're going to be out of here by Friday. And I want to put these people in charge until we can have free election. And I was like, no, that doesn't even sound right. You can't have it both ways, my friend.
Now, earlier on, really early this morning, I shouldn't say really early, but early this morning, I put out a quick poll question that wasn't very fair. The most recent Nobel Peace Prize winner was from Venezuela. She actually, we had some data really close to 4724 on HF. That was interesting. Sorry, squirrel moment. And she thanked Donald Trump while getting that Nobel Peace Prize. I need to read in. I don't know as much history as I should about the region, but at one point she was a opposition leader who Venezuela, I think, said something like, you can't run anymore for so many years. I wonder if she'll be a popular vote or installed by certain democracies in Venezuela. I don't know. I don't know enough about the region. That was just my thought process this morning.
First of all,
yes,
when you win a Nobel Peace Prize, who in their right mind is going to be like, I don't deserve this. This should have gone to the president of the United States.
Trump really had his eye on that. I'm not going to lie.
I don't care. Like, who thinks that way?
You say that
Is
if you
she
would
that
like to be
humble?
president, maybe, or maybe she's just that humble.
I mean, I would like to know if she's that humble.
I will say it will be very interesting if she is a top candidate on their next free election.
It's an interesting thought.
From what I read and just light reading, no deep research, that Maduro won, but in his like early elections and stuff like that, he was only at like 30% of the popular vote. So some weird things were happening down there. I know we have people in the chat have much better historical facts and things going on in Venezuela and the region. Please help us out. This is definitely not any kind of area within my wheelhouse at all.
Same.
Neem, if she really is that humble, amazing. I love that for her.
Then she needs another one.
But I really wish that, like, I would love to know her thought process of why she would think like someone would deserve it. Like that person would deserve it. And I'm not saying Trump or anything like that, but like somebody, like why she would think Donald Trump would deserve it more than her.
Do you remember
or anybody?
Like, was I dreaming Trump was like having his press secretary and everything like that? Everyone was talking about how he deserved it and how he stopped 6 different conflicts from turning into war, and how like everyone in the admin was talking about it right beforehand. And then everyone's kind of like let down when he didn't get it. Mean Buck 9640 says she is really a humble, brave woman. That's awesome.
But I'm thinking like Mother Teresa. I'm thinking of people that You know, those types of people in the world, and I guess I didn't see the list, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see the list either. Lone Ranger says Venezuela is the biggest oil reserve in the world. That is what this is about, period. I am not against that. I have thought about that as well. That's when I learned about the different viscosities, the different types of oil. They got sweet oil. What was the other one? It's not sour oil. I'm thinking like sweet and sour sauce now, Swiller.
Yeah,
We got sweet oil and we got what?
There's light sweet crude, and then there's heavy sour crude, and
Oh,
there's
so it
medium.
was sweet and sour.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. I was getting hungry. Candy 420, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome in. Welcome back to the Recon crew. Good to have you. Reality W, which knows a lot about the region. Thank you so much. Again, we are a community. I don't come up here and hype myself up and want like make you believe I know everything about everything that we're doing here. I don't. I come here as a community. I come in humble and I want to learn. Just like Swiller. Swiller's into jets and planes, but Swiller, you love learning something new about jets and planes every single day.
Absolutely. Speaking of jets, spotted a B-52 currently over Caliente, Nevada, a couple hundred miles north of Vegas. C-130 just popped up underneath him, and there's also an RC-135 in that area. So just what I was talking about earlier, some interesting aircraft spotting, and the B-52 just went dark as soon as I mentioned it, of course.
The RC-135 rivet joint. Are we doing a test launch or something?
I'm wondering if we're
you know those new little pods that we've been seeing on the bottom of the B-52s? Are we gonna launch one of those suckers? I don't know.
Right. And the other E4, the one that was no call sign, is making its approach to Dice Air Force Base just outside of Abilene, Texas.
Awesome. Nice spot. Nice spot on that B-52.
Thank you. And Titan is almost to Washington.
Okay, so he is going back to D.C. Wonder what he was doing in Omaha.
You know, with the way that plane was flying, reminds me kind of post 9/11 after we heard about the declassified, activities, and basically they went up to 40,000 feet and flew all over the place until they
That's
had a
what an E4 is supposed to do, right?
Yeah. So this could be a continuity of government training mission where Omaha is acting as Washington, D.C., and they are, doing a mock evacuation of an official, flying a weird flight pattern like that. Could be it.
Do you remember, or does anyone remember, I think it was around the days of COVID. I think I could talk about COVID now on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. The days of COVID where Ospreys and Black Hawk helicopters were coming down around Congress, the Senate, and they were picking up people, senators and stuff like that. And then they took them out and they were doing exercises like that, like Jeep exercises. That was freaking amazing to see. That was awesome footage. All right. I've had a few different things pinned here to talk about in chat. Lone Ranger, Trump tried to make a deal with Maduro when he took office on the oil. I do remember that. And I actually just saw a video, an older video today of Trump talking about how there's so much oil and something about the United States and could use that kind of stuff. I don't know. Fried. Why the face?
Can we get back into that for a minute? What kind of oil do they use again? What
It's sour oil, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do they use it for?
All right. So light sweet crude oil is refined into gasolines and jet fuels and whatnot. The medium stuff gets refined into um, uh, lubricants and heavier oils and whatnot. And then the heavy crude oil, the heavy sour stuff, that gets refined down into like bunker fuel, like what powers ships and whatnot.
So what does Venezuela have?
Venezuela has the stuff in the middle. It it can
So we don't
be
have that, right?
it can be refined to it can be refined to gasoline. It just takes a lot more to process it. So if you already have a supply of the light sweet, we here in the United States with our oil production, we produce light sweet, and the medium stuff, and then most of the heavy crude that we have comes in from elsewhere.
Okay. That time I paid attention. Sometimes when you guys talk, I don't pay attention. But that time I did pay attention.
All good.
I'll
Sometimes
remember.
when I talk, I don't pay attention.
Yeah. So
Sometimes when he talks, I don't pay attention.
like the oil,
I pay attention when Spiller talks.
Yeah.
the oil that get out of like Oklahoma and north of Oklahoma, where they do all the fracking and whatnot, that's the kind of mid grade stuff. The southern Texas oil fields and the California oil fields, and off the California coast and in the Gulf, that's where some of the light sweet crude comes from.
I will remember that now. Thank you.
I keep on forgetting too. Ricardo says a lot of movement today. Colombia, Venezuela, and Peru. Thank you so much. And Candy420 says, thanks, Ross. Glad to be back. Work consumes 100,000% of me, unfortunately, but great to see you guys. I've missed you all. Hey, welcome back. And then Candy now has been a recon crew member for 14 months. Hey, thank you, Candy. Welcome back.
Amy, welcome in. Didn't see you sneak in there.
Amy, good to see you.
There was a chat that I wanted to read, and I lost it. I'll find it.
So if Venezuela is about the D-rugs, the narcotics, I hope we take it farther than that. But the whole thing with Maduro, whole thing with the oil, there was a representative talking about how U.S. oil companies would have a field day down there. I can find the clip if we need to. That was very interesting.
We have enough of the light sweet stuff available to us internally and through allied partners. But if you think of all the moving parts that are out there that require lubricants, and the heavier fuel oils that make things run, yeah, I would say that strategically speaking, to have that kind of supply in your own hemisphere, pretty important.
Reality.
Not justifying it. Just to be clear, I'm not justifying it. Just strategic value speaking.
Reality says, my man, you look like James Jordan. Are you a Landman too? I'm actually watching Landman right now, and I can't stop watching it. I absolutely love it. Are you talking about Swiller? Are you talking about me? James Jordan.
I'm going to look up James Jordan. I'll answer
I'll put him on screen right now from Landman. Pretty cool. Pretty cool cat.
Ooh.
I think that looks kind of like Swiller.
With the
Pride,
mustache.
what do you think? See how that goes out right there with Swiller? I think I can't grow anything beyond right here, so that's where it stops for me.
I'm growing my wintry beard.
Candy, oh my god, I love Landman.
I love Landman.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Season 2
Real
is out.
Caged makes a
what?
really
It's out?
Yeah, season 2 is it's already on like episode like 3 or something.
Yep.
Whoops. I might have to binge that.
Got to be careful when I kick my legs out there. Keep kicking my camera.
Kenny Freeman, it's difficult to track and predict anything anymore now that they're using AI. I know, and it's so hard for someone that works in graphics and video and stuff like that. It's hard for me to tell the difference between AI unless it's like completely absurd. It's really hard to tell now. It's really hard to tell.
Real Cage
looks like Swiller when he pulled his hair back. Go ahead, Swiller.
Real Cage made a good point. I saw a lot of people, even in our chat earlier, talking about how it's of certain people's opinions that nobody's going to fight for Maduro, that as soon as the first bomb gets dropped, they're going to lay their rifles down and come running to the refuge of Americans. And he says Maduro doesn't hide behind bullet glass, and he walks freely amongst crowds of his people. I would venture to say that there would be quite the local resistance, just like if somebody were to invade us. People take patriotism and sovereignty very seriously, especially in Latin American countries, especially in ones that have had revolutions or, patriotic events over the years. And I tend to agree that it's not, no matter what we do, nothing is going to be easy. It's either going to be buried in a jungle someplace and we're going to have to hope we hit it, or, it's Southern Hemisphere.
Pause you just for a second. We got traffic coming through. Sorry, Swiller.
All good. Copy that.
Let me know if you can hear this.
Got it.
7 Victor Foxtrot November Papa Mike Yankee.
We missed the preamble, the header.
Quebec.
We'll see if it'll repeat.
7
We got an emergency action message coming in right now.
November.
Currently picking it up on 4724.
4 Charlie 2. I'd say again. 7 Delta Victor Quebec 2 Papa Sierra 2 Hotel November 2 7 Victor Foxtrot November Papa Mike Yankee Kilo Quebec 4 6 7 X-ray November 6 4 Charlie 2. This is Dart Gun out.
Call sign was Dart Gun.
That's what I heard as well.
Reality in a real emergency situation, I can't talk so slowly. Oh, no, you're good, Tim. Thank you so much for taking care of that. Swiller, I interrupted you. What were we talking about? Actually, I didn't interrupt you. The military interrupted you.
Lost my train of thought there when that EAM came.
Yeah, EAMs just sidetracked my whole brain. So that's 9 EAMs in the last 3 hours, 20 minutes. Oh, we were talking about, Swiller, you were talking about how the common citizen might help Maduro. Going along with that, he was handing out arms, rifles to the citizens, to the population. And there's supposed like hundreds of places to rise up, shelter, and help out for the cause, for the government. And they have plans in place to more make it like a modern Vietnam, more of a chaos, organized chaos. Candy 420, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Candy says, you guys are the best. Thanks for all the knowledge you guys provide. Best channel ever. Congrats on the channel growth. Frost, and Mods. Thank you so much, Candy. Appreciate it.
And speaking of channel growth, looks like we got just a little bit over 100 folks in here with us tonight. Appreciate y'all joining us. Make sure you've hit that like button for us. If you're new around here, welcome in. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell notification icon so you know when we go live. Check us out on the Discord, of course, and if you'd be so kind, share us on your social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hell, even share us over on the TT platform if you want.
We haven't been over there in a while.
Yeah, you know, and I was thinking about that today, by the way. Good little segue here, not to get off topic. But I think that Warwatch needs to come back to TikTok a little bit. I have noticed there's quite a gap in the type of coverage that we do over there's quite a gap in being able to find good coverage like we provide.
I can see that
over there on the TT platform. So something to think about, buddy. I think
I'd be open to trying that out.
Yeah.
As long as
TT.
Go ahead. Yeah. As long as YouTube stays our home base.
100%.
I wouldn't mind rebroadcasting over there or doing some short lives or content.
Yeah.
N36198 says, didn't Russia evac? They did. They asked their citizens and VIPs in Venezuela to get the heck out of there. That B-52 landed or went dark, by the way. The one north of Las Vegas.
It's in poor ADSB coverage.
Okay.
It'll pop on.
And not only Russia, but there's been a lot of countries asking their officials and citizens to get out of Venezuela, as well as flights being canceled.
And from what I've heard, to add on to that, Fried, is other countries that are even part of NATO were like, hey, you're doing this one on your own. Not that you need the intel, but we're not sharing any intel with you. And good luck, bro. And also, are you okay? What are you doing? Obviously, making stuff up and paraphrasing there, but other countries don't seem to understand what's going on. And if people are correct about these D-rug boats, all that stuff heads over to Europe as well. So, again,
interesting spot of 2 flights right now.
Okay.
Iberia 150 and Iberia 138 are flying through the NOTAM. Iberia is the basically the national airline of Spain. I don't know if it's nationalized, like if the Spanish government owns it, but like, you know, when you think of America, you think of American Airlines, United, and Delta. When you think of Spain, you think of Iberia Airways. 2 Airbus A350-9s, so ultra long haul aircraft flying through what has been some pretty off limits airspace over the past couple of days. Both of the flights originating, one out of Ecuador
and
the other
right now
one
on screen
out of possibly out of Colombia, it looks like.
Yep.
But I wonder if those are some sort of evac flights from Spanish citizens that made their way out through Colombia and out through Ecuador. It's weird for those 2 flights to be right there.
Interesting tracks and also following each other that close. We're getting out around the same time. I think you might be right there, Swiller. That'll be interesting to find out. Going with that, also to make sure I'm not crazy, the last 2 days, yesterday, we were supposed to have a 5 o'clock announcement from Trump about Venezuela, kind of a speech to the United States, from what I've heard. And then that didn't happen. We're today at 2 o'clock Eastern time. We were supposed to have another one, which didn't happen. But that one was a meeting about Trump, what was it called? Something like
Trump accounts.
Trump accounts. Yeah.
Trump accounts. That's what it
benefits
came out to be.
For kids.
Surprise. For the kids.
Like, I don't remember the number. Like, it was like $50 billion or something like that. Some crazy number that doesn't actually register in my brain.
Next thing we're going to hear, Master Sergeant T's going to come back and be like, "Wifey's having another kid. We got to get one of them Trump accounts."
Get those Trump accounts.
And it's only certain zip codes, and it was like
Only for
to
eligible
be
people
on.
and families.
And I'm not saying I need my tinfoil hat today, but I am gonna say this is the second time in this administration where I've felt like that announcement could have gone either way with something else. And it was almost like what do you mean that was the announcement? Like that was very anticlimactic.
Yeah,
very
Zesty Zomp says
impromptu.
the math don't math.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not at
And
all.
by the way, where's my tariff rebate check, please? And where's my Doge check, please?
Okay, I'd like to get in. I am going to put my tinfoil hat on for this. And you know what? We do give Trump admin. I personally give Trump admin flack left and right. I do both sides, left and right, equally. I will say that I do want him to do well. However, the Doge thing, this came to me a few days ago. I personally now believe, which again, this is tinfoil hat stuff. I personally believe there was no money saving stuff happening in Doge. I think they were scraping that data to get information about people that shouldn't be in the country anymore. And that's where the target list from all of that started. If I'm right, you heard it here first. If I'm wrong, forget that I even said anything. But seriously, I really feel that way now. Jeremy Olson, my tinfoil hat is fried. Doge is done. I don't think we're going to see any Doge checks. We might see a rebate check from the tariffs, but I don't know about anything else.
Speaking of rebate checks, Costco suing the Trump administration today for their rebate check on the tariffs. They want a refund. They says that those tariffs unnecessarily caused them to raise prices. And I thought about it and I was like, isn't Costco a Washington State company? It kind of makes sense that it would come from there. I mean, kind of like if it would from a California company, right?
100%. I do have to pause for a second because reality says you guys should start with merchandise.
We have merch, don't we, buddy?
Well, I have a deal for you. If you go to warwatchintel.com, click on the merch link, we have a whole bunch of merch.
Hey, Frost.
I'm wearing Warwatch hoodie right now.
I got an idea. I'm going to put it in the private chat because I don't want to say it and then people hold us to it if we can't do it, type of a thing.
Okay.
But
you want to give one away?
No. I have a better idea.
Okay, because I was going to give one away.
I was gonna say.
I think you guys will like this once I get done typing it.
Hats, mugs. For a while, we're doing crazy designs from the community. Where did this one go?
Ray, I am here. I'm still here.
We had the one for the
you can be hungry.
E6 here from the beginning. But this one says out of stock. I got to talk to these guys. I don't know why this one's out of stock.
Right,
anyways, we do have merch.
I got my question in there for you. Read it and tell me what you think, yes or no.
I'm down with that. So I would even do better. So
is it feasibly possible? Like through the system though? Okay.
Yeah. So what Swiller was asking, I appreciate you asking that in a PM real quick first. Swiller was asking, can we do a discount after we hit 12K for like a week or two? Yes, we can actually right around from now to Christmas or from now to the new year. Let's just do a heavy discount on these. We don't make hardly anything. Like we make like $2. This isn't like a money making activity here. This is for the community. If you like this kind of stuff, great. If you don't, that's great too. Yeah. Again, we're not making millions of dollars off the merch here. we have our profits set for like $1 or $2 per. So
Yeah, so Frost, I say we do this because these guys are awesome. These men and women in our chat, our viewers, our Discord members are absolutely awesome. So share us out there. Put, like I've asked, put us out there on the social media. Help us get to 12,000 subscribers here on the War Watch Intel YouTube channel. You guys help us get to 12,000 subscribers. Frost and I will come on here the day that happens. Family, of course, permitting. We have time to do that. Within the day of it happening, though, we'll come on here and we'll announce a discount and a period of time that discount will be valid for you guys helping us hit 12,000 subscribers. Let's go.
I think that's awesome. And not to overwrite that, Swiller, I know we're going to get to I know our community is going to help us to get to 12,000.
We're coming back on live tomorrow to do it. Just so
okay,
clear.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's how this community works. We know that from the past. When we went to go hit 10,000 subscribers, the push from this community was absolutely awesome. And I don't even think we need that big of a push, that hard of a push like we ended up getting back then. Any little bit helps, and we appreciate all the support. Make sure you strike that like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all the buttons that makes the algorithm happy. We appreciate you. And somewhere, Kiki wanted to ask, how many subs do we need? Somewhere between 1 and 100. We're currently at 11.9 thousand subscribers.
I can tell you it's 11,948 subscribers.
Almost 50 subscribers away from 12,000 subscribers. Yeah, dude, we're coming on here at lunchtime tomorrow and giving that
Zesty Zomp, do you accept beef jerky bribes all day long?
Yeah.
Where's the merch? I'll put a link in chat here real quick. You can either go to warwatchintel.com, click on the merch icon or link, or you can click this link right here. It'll take you directly to the merch.
I would love anything Spaceballs helmet with anything. Spaceballs, the breakfast cereal, Spaceballs, anything.
That's where it's gonna get someday. Warwatch we have one. It's not this one. Warwatch the mug. I can't find mine. I had to get like the brightest color mug I could find so I don't lose it. I keep on leaving my Warwatch mug like somewhere. It blends in.
Damn it, Zesty. Now all I could think about is beef jerky.
Especially if it's teriyaki beef jerky. I could eat it all day long.
And they don't sponsor us yet, but I'm going to keep saying their name until they do sponsor us. Head over to smokedmeats.com. Get your beef jerky from smokedmeats.com. Fantastic beef jerky, bison jerky, elk jerky, turkey jerky. If you like jerky, they got it. They're going to sponsor us one day, Frost.
Yep. Flair Savage. I asked where the B-52s have been. We just saw one north of Las Vegas, and then this morning there was two down here, Louisiana. That's their general normal morning or test flights here in this area. But those are the recent B-52s that I've seen today.
There's something Casey just mentioned in the chat, all the food that we talk about. We should just put out a cookbook one day.
Okay. I mean, every single live we do or every time we get together, we're talking about food in some way. So we need a
Challenge
Intel
accepted.
Yeah.
cookbook.
The ideas and the brainstorming that we put together.
Well, folks, now that we talked about food, we've talked about planes, we talked about the news, we've had a few different EIMs. I do have to go put my son to bed, so we've got to end the live very soon. Can't speak tonight. And before we do, when do you think we're going to have kinetic strikes or fast ropes, people going down fast ropes off of helicopters, or halo jumping, all that fun stuff in Venezuela? When are we going to see some action? 48 hours? Are we going to see it by Friday? This Friday? I don't know. Usually I would have way better insight. I just, none of this computes in my head right now. So I have no guess.
I told Fried the other day that I'm waiting, any day now for you to get a text message and for you to hit me up and be like, I can't tell you what it says and I can't tell you who it's from, but 3 hours from now,
There's going to be a strike.
I have my family Christmas on Saturday, and I will be out of town, so I guarantee you it will be Saturday when I'm out of town.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
Earlier, we asked Tim to make sure that didn't happen while I was at the tire store. And then as soon as Tim said, okay, EAM started rolling in. He's like, I might have sent the wrong message. Reality says the 11th of December. I like that. Lamb Chop says tonight, tomorrow morning, if I had to guess.
The stock market is the only thing that's keeping me.
Speaking of the stock market, gold is crazy, right? It's over 4. And the stock market is super high. We're living in bizarro land right now.
And Bitcoin has been trading up and down 5 to 10% a day, like hardcore roller coaster the past week or two.
Yeah, the last time I looked, they were like 22% down for the month, but it has been a roller coaster. It's been up and down. Again, don't take financial advice from us. You'll be broke.
Because we're not giving any.
Yeah, you don't want my financial advice.
I'd tell you, never mind. I don't even want to cross that bridge. I don't even want to get close. Bowling equipment. That's what I invest in. Bowling.
There you go. I invest in wireless paper hole punchers. And that's about it.
I invest in chocolate.
Yeah.
Ooh, chocolate sounds good right now. Used in dash F2C says silver up too. I did want to make a point about that. Gold is up like $1,000 in the last year, which is about 25%, let's say.
Which is nuts.
Silver has gone up from $22 an ounce to almost $50 an ounce. 100% rise. Part of that is because silver is so affordable. So if you like the idea of gold and you can't afford it like me, then think about silver might be something for you to look into. Make sure you talk to a financial advisor. We're not giving financial advice. I'm just saying what I personally look into because I can't afford no real gold, not even. And I remember when they were selling gold at Costco for like $1,900 and people were making, I was going to go to Costco and buy gold for $1,900. Everybody who did is looking pretty damn good right now, aren't they?
Yep.
Silver is 72-ish. It was 50 when I looked 2 weeks ago at the price of silver specifically. Remember it. So, wow. 150, 200% rise when it gets to $75. That's nuts.
On the way out here, I have a video of Maduro's top people around the sand table planning their next moves for the media.
These are the ones that want amnesty?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Probably. I mean, I would if I was them. Let me out safe. That's going to be the conversation next time we go live, which is we're going to try to do as much as we can this month. What you should be worried about is the Venezuela sleeper cells in the U.S. and if those a move. We're going to be talking about that and sleeper cells from zero agents from Afghanistan next time we go live.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
dude,
real thing. Real
it's
thing.
Venezuela, it's the Mexican cartels, it's Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. You got to look at every single aspect of that part of the world. It's the Afghans. It is the Chinese with this with their educational centers and their private police that they've been caught up with in New York. It's not sleeper cell is an understatement at this point.
Yeah, big time.
I can't wait till we can deep dive that, man. That is,
I think that's going to be the next time we go live. That'll be our main topic.
yeah, man. Hogged Out says that they I invest in banana pudding, they say.
Perfect. Fried, thank you so much for being here tonight. Swiller, thank you so much for
Always.
hanging out. Everyone in chat, thank you so much for being here. Mods, huge thank you. We have 2 new mods as of today. And thank you, War Watch crew, for making this place amazing. Swiller, if you want to sign us out, we'll get out of here and I'll restart the stream and we'll get it back up and going in just a few minutes.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you guys spending your time with us, donating your time, your energy, your effort. Candy with a 99-cent super sticker there, a sunglass wearing emoji. Appreciate that before we get out of here. As I said earlier, if you guys are new around here, make sure you subscribe. Check us out on the Discord as well. Before Frost restarts the second live stream, make sure you give this one a thumbs up. Share the next one on your social medias for us. We definitely appreciate it. She's Fried. He's Frost. I'm Swiller. We are